Good afternoon, I hope everyone's well today. I wanted to draw everyone's attention to the Tory betrayal of the United Kingdom. Now, a lot of people may think that the Tory betrayal of this United Kingdom was during Brexit, in the fudges that were completed to get Brexit or a version of Brexit over the line. I would argue the opposite. I would argue the Tory betrayal was actually the ascension of Britain into the European Union, the economic community, as it was back in the day, the EEC, the European Economic Community. Let me explain. People think that people of the North, British people who haven't been to university, are not educated and they're not actually up on constitutional matters. I am up on constitutional matters. I'm up on the system of government that our country enjoyed. Basically from 1707, the Act of Union, up until 1973, which was our ascension into the European Union. Okay. We are governed by a parliamentary democracy and constitutional monarchy. That means that the monarch's role is to advise, guide and warn the governments of the day, and the government has a duty and a responsibility to make sure the traditions and the way that the country is governed is handed down to the next parliament and the next generation, which is why no parliament can bind another important constitutional factor there. So whenever we put something into law and they say this is to make sure this can't happen, that's actually not true. What is true is Parliament can overturn any law that was previously made. That's the fact of the matter. That's the whole point of a parliamentary democracy. And a key factor is that Parliament can never bind its hands of a further Parliament. That's just the way it works. The Privy Council is an ancient body of advisors to the reigning or ruling monarch. Okay? This is actually very important because all government ministers and senior members of Parliament are not automatically created Privy Councillors. They become Privy Councillors when they get to a certain level of government responsibility and seniority, and they're created for life. Part of the oath of that Privy Council is you promise to protect the Crown against any foreign princes, persons, prelates, estates or potentates, okay? And you will not know or understand any manner of discretion in that regard, and you must bear faith and true allegiance to the Crown, by and large the system of government that the country has. What is the EU? What is the EEC? It is a foreign power, it is a foreign state. That is its intent, that is its purpose, okay? Any government minister that's putting legislation before the Crown to sign into law is breaking the constitutional arrangements of the country if it does not fit within this remit. The mere fact that we had Ted Heath and Tory governments in the 70s putting legislation before the Crown, before the country, that goes against the system of governance that our country has, is in actual fact wrong, morally, personally and constitutionally wrong, improper, and not the way this should have happened or gone through. People may say, well, the Crown should have not signed it into law, but again, it doesn't do justice to the way that the system works. Ministers are accountable. The Crown is above that. Once it's presented to the King or Queen, the constitutional niceties of whether it's right or wrong are already decided. So if the government turns around and says to the monarch, trust us, this is all proper and correct, and Parliament has signed off on it, then the monarch must sign it into law. That's essentially the system that we have. So I don't necessarily blame the Crown for signing it into law. I blame the Tory ministers of the day actually presenting something so wrong to the monarch in the first place. These are just my thoughts on the matter. Your mileage may vary, I'm a stickler for the rules. I'm a stickler for tradition. The fact that we have an unwritten constitution does not mean that the ministers in any particular government can do what they want. That's what they seem to think. That's not the case. It's very, very clear. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, give me a like and subscribe. It's extremely obvious and it's extremely clear that the problem with the way the system is run is not the Crown, it's not the people, it's the thing in the middle, it's the go-between, our representatives, who think that because we elect them, they can do whatever they want. There needs to be more scrutiny, more accountability. This should never have gone through. I appreciate your time. Thank you for your watching.